In this presentation, I'll be talking about how propaganda affects people. First, I want to explain what exactly propaganda is. Propaganda is any kind of information used to change a group of people's point of view. An example of this can be the comedian Eliza Schlesinger. In her comedy set, she talks about how women don't take rejection from flirting very well. But then she goes on to say, but with rejection to governing our own bodies and equal wages, we put up with that all the time. This is an example of blurring propaganda and entertainment together. Eliza said it very casually, but knew how she would say it would stir reaction in the crowd, and it would stay with that audience. People let down their critical guard when they are being entertained. They may fail to notice how deeply propaganda messages are embedded in spectacle or amusement. That is what makes propaganda so effective. Believe it or not, but propaganda has been around for a long time. The pharaohs of Egypt were seen as gods by their people, and to keep their people believing that, they had them make huge monuments like the pyramids and the Sphinx in their honor. Today, propaganda is not just seen in politics. Companies like to promote the fiber bamboo used in clothing. They say how sustainable and eco-friendly it is. However, bamboo is just another name for rayon, which is an extremely polluting fiber to make. Powerful propaganda stays in a person's mind. It's so sneaky that most people don't realize that it's affected their thinking. Going back to that Eliza Schlesinger example, I watched that video on Facebook months ago, and when I had to think of an example of propaganda in entertainment, that's the first thing that popped into my mind. What she said about women taking rejection about governing our own bodies and equal wages, it stayed with me subconsciously. That's how propaganda works, and how it can affect someone without them realizing it. The underlying messages in propaganda stay with a person and affect their reasoning without them even knowing. It makes a person crave and even desire propaganda, which they can get from reading fake news like the Daily Mail. With journalism spewing decontextualized facts at people, propaganda provides a structure for making sense of events that is experienced as pleasure. It's very hard to keep up with politics, especially during an election, and propagandists take advantage of that. People use that propaganda as a way to make sense of what people are saying, because when there are so many voices, it can be easy to grab onto the propaganda and make sense of it. Educators that do teach their students about propaganda have said that their students feel as if it strengthens their belief in democracy, deepening their appreciation for political, economic, and social freedom. A big part about teaching propaganda is critical thinking. They'll be able to assess the situation and make their own conclusion and not have propaganda to be the one to make their decision for them. If educators taught propaganda more, it wouldn't have people craving to read fake news, and they will be able to see clearly through what people want them to believe. Thanks for watching my video, and thank you for a great semester. Have a happy holiday.